What's up, guys, gals, non-binary pals, and none of the above? This is DL back here. The last video of the night, and probably the last video on KSL Season 3. It's probably like the last battle that I really liked from this season. Anyways, we're covering a match against H.Y.D.R.A actually. Shout out to H.Y.D.R.A. Very strong player, very strong battler. Great drafter, great builder. They call him H.Y.D.R.A the prep god. H.Y.D.R.A the prep god. And DL the league killer, name a better combo. Maybe it's DL and Kohanks, going on those 13-0 wins when we draft teams together and he plays them. Yeah. Anyways, yeah, H.Y.D.R.A had a pretty scary looking team this season. Yeah, season 3. Pretty slow, which I guess is kind of standard for H.Y.D.R.A. He tends to draft slower teams. Yeah, really scary Fair Dragon Steel Core with the Z, Kieran Black, Mega Gardevoir, and H.Y.D.R.A. Earlier in the season, it was H.Y.D.R.A that was Z and Kieran wasn't, and he got a lot of flack for that. But as you can see, Kieran Black did not have any troubles putting up kills on the scoreboard. Jesus Christ, man. And he had some pretty nice bulk to go along with this team, like Mandibuzz, Araquanid, which had webs, Roserade was pretty nice. Brings him like spikes, T-spikes. Zebstrika actually had a pretty decent matchup against my team since it was electric type. They got fire coverage for Ferrothorn, so you could run HP Ice for Zygarde and Flamethrower for Ferrothorn. But it's just so weak. He only brought up one game the whole season, as you can see. Spoilers, it's not against me. Yeah, Mega Guard is super strong. Toad's really nice for pivoting into a lot of things. Gligar is super physically defensive. And Mismagius is pretty nice against my team. My dark type is a Alolan Persian, which doesn't have the best special defense. So my build for him started with the Fizz Def Assault Vest Slowbro. It's a decent check to things like Mega Gardevoir, Heatran in particular. Can help check Kieran Black. The Assault Vest lets it live hits from things like Roserade, Mismagius. We can pivot in on Mismagius. We wall size with Toad, barring Toxic. Able to threaten things like Gligar. Mandibuzz doesn't really appreciate burn. Overall, his team has a pretty difficult time switching into the assortment of coverage moves that we're able to tech onto our Slowbro. Grass Knot for the Seismitoad, Scald and Psyshock for stab, and then Ice Beam, primarily for hitting the Mandibuzz, and primarily for hitting the Mandibuzz harder, but also able to hit neutrally or hit well things like Roserade and Gligar, to be able to catch multiple options with one move. We got Ferrothorn, which was necessary for Mega Gardevoir, nice Def Pharaoh, a little bit of defense. The knockoff Stealth Rock, Leech Seed, Gyro Ball. Gyro is pretty nice for threatening things like Kyurem, Mega Guard, Leech, of course, for recovery. We need Stealth Rocks, especially with monsters like Kieran Black walking around. Mandibuzz, really big defensive threat. Then Knockoff was pretty nice for getting rid of things like leftovers from Heatran, Eviolite from Gligar, leftovers from Seismitoad. The thing about this matchup is I approached it a little differently than I did a lot of my matchups in this season, where I just went, in a lot of matchups, just went, okay, well, this Pokemon's pretty good, this Pokemon's pretty good, this Pokemon's pretty good. Let's throw those on and then, fill in. This matchup, I sort of decided to build around a particular win condition, and we're gonna, we'll go over it now. Zygarde, Dragon Dance, Zygarde with Dragonium is what we're building around, and basically the rest of the team you're really going to see from these three Pokemon is designed around creating the conditions for this to be able to win. Namely, it's going to be eliminating potential Choice Scarfers, which knockoff on Ferrothorn's quite nice for. Weakening his defensive checks, like getting damage on things like Mandibuzz and Seismitoad is going to be very necessary. Basically, that's it. DD Zygarde is quite threatening to his team. His grass type is Roserade, so he doesn't have the best 1,000 arrows resists either. It's just Araquanid, which Araquanid would be pretty nice for checking a lot of Banded Zygarde variants. So yeah, DD seemed like a pretty nice win con here. Then for our next Pokemon, we've got E-Belt, Hitmonchan with Drain Punch, Ice Punch, nice for hitting. Roserade hits Megius pretty hard, hits Gligar, hits Mandibuzz harder. Bullet Punch was really nice priority, hitting both Kyurem Black and Mega Gardevoir. Because Mega Guard's a pretty big threat. It's really nice to have this good priority with the Iron Fist and Extra Belt boost. Then Rapid Spin's there for some hazard control. And this was really nice set. Sub-toxic knockoff Salazzle. This really was designed, Salazzle plus Zygarde, and also Golisopod. Like these three Pokemon work so well in tangent with each other, wearing down each other's checks, or really eliminating them, or neutering them in this case. The support Salazzle between the sub-toxic knockoff, designed to wear down things like H.Y.D.R.A, Seismitoad, Mandibuzz, get rid of their leftovers, toxic them, make sure that they're nice and low and in range of my Zygarde. But they're lacking things like any berries, like a Shuka Berry on H.Y.D.R.A, designed to help it deal with the Zygarde. And for our next one, we have Choice Band Golisopod. Yeah, he didn't have the best bug resist on his team. I mean, there's H.Y.D.R.A, but that fears Water Move. And yeah, Bug does not resist Bug. His Poison type is a Grass type. So yeah, Banded First Impression was a really big threat. And, could help keep certain threats like Kyurem Black and Mega Gardevoir in check with this very strong Revenge Killer. Liquidation is nice. Knockoff, as I mentioned, getting rid of items is very valuable for Zygarde, especially if we can get rid of Choice Scarf. And then, of course, Leech Life for additional bug stab. No Aqua Jet this week. Was not really, didn't seem that necessary. And, we've already gone over the Zygarde set, but DD with the Dragonium Z Outrage is designed to nuke his 1,000 arrows checks, namely Mandy, Araquanid, Gligar, and the Toad. This is basically the one-time nuke. So we're able to, if we can get everything we can except for one thing, and we can nuke one thing, and then we should be able to clean up house with the rest of our moves. So going into the matchup here, we're going to see he brought the Kyurem Black, Mandibuzz, so I definitely expected both of these to come. H.Y.D.R.A makes sense. Roserade, definitely quite threatening. But if it's HP Fire, then our Salazzle should be able to pivot into it. And if it's HP Ground, then it can't touch our Ferrothorn. His Megius is pretty tough because, as you can see, I did not bring a Ghost Resist or Immunity. And Toad's just going to be pretty tough to deal with. It's the type of Mon that just sits in front of a lot of my team. But thankfully, we did prepare for it, and our Slowbro should be able to beat it down. And then things like our Golisopod and our Salazzle are sort of, well, Gully just has a good matchup against Toad, but our Salazzle is designed to sort of help hinder this Pokemon. So I'm just going to lead with my Salazzle here, because I just want to get off a nice Toxic. My Salazzle is here as a support Pokemon. And, it's not the win condition. She's going to lead Mandibuzz, which is excellent for me, since this is a free Toxic. He does not want to stay in here. He's going to go into a Seismitoad. I'm going to make a nice flex play here. I know H.Y.D.R.A. It's really nice playing people you know well. I don't know, he's going for rocks here. I should have subbed here, but let's go for the knockoff. Which we get rid of his Rindoberry, which is very nice for our Slowbro later down the road. literally don't remember if I power up on Ferrothorn, but probably not. And here we are going to sub up, sort of scout what he wants to do, get some more toxic damage on him. She's going to reveal the Earth Power. And then this turn we're going to go into the Hitmonchan. So he goes for the Earth Power again. Here I predict him to go into Mismagius to Spin Block. So I'm just going to go for the Ice Punch, which is my strongest move to hit this. And we're gonna bop it for a nice 55. So that's a really nice turn for us. Here I'm going to scout for the Trick and go into my Slowbro, which is wouldn't mind being tricked. Choice Specs in particular, or wouldn't be completely hindered by Choice Scarf either, as opposed to my Ferrothorn. So he's going to go for the what appears to be Scarf based on the damage, Shadow Ball. So I'm going to double into my Ferrothorn, noting I can eat this up quite comfortably because it's not Mystical Fire. And get up my rocks, which are really important for pressuring the Mandibuzz and the Kyurem in particular, but also the Tran. I'm limiting the switch ins of Mismagius as well. He is going to predict me to go into something else here, and he doubles into his Toad. But I know that I can live H.V.Fire, so I just went for the Gyro Ball. Try to knock out this Roserade. But it's not going to work out for him. He goes into the Toad. I'm going to Leech to get extra, like 2% back. But this H.Y.D.R.A is actually really annoying, because it means that I am in fact in range of the Mismagius now, and I will be forced out. So I'm going to go into my Hitmonchan. Could stomach a Shadow Ball pretty decently, and also cover the Trick play, which he went for. And I will be tricked a Choice Scarf, and this is actually pretty alright, because while I do lose a lot of power, having a Scarf is actually going to be quite nice for helping deal with them. Basically, he brought a more offensive team here. And having the Scarf is going to help me outspeed Roserade, Kyurem, Mismagius, and if he's a fast Mandibuzz, then that as well. See, we now get to fire up a free Ice Punch. He's going to lose the Mismagius, so it's really nice to release my defensive core for sure. I don't have a switch into Kyurem, and Slowbro is looking like the most expendable member of my team at this point. So I'm going to go into it. It lives Fusible, which is impressive. But it'll drop easily to the second one. And now we have an opportunity to go back into our Hitmonchan, and we're going to scare him out with the potential of a Drain Punch and go for the Rapid Spin, which will help our Slazzle and our Golisopod stay nice and healthy. He goes into this, and I'm going to predict him to have H.V.Fire. I'm just going to use Slazzle's nice defensive typing, getting it for free here, and take this as an opportunity to Toxic something else. He's going to go for the Sludge Bomb, and he's going to make a really nice play here, expecting me to not double Tox or knock off here. And he goes into his Heatran. I'm going to go into my Zygarde here, knowing I can take any 2 hits from this Heatran. He goes for the Earth Power and he crits me, which is really unfortunate, but I am still outside the range of any of his attacks. And I'm going to go for the DD here, as we live the Flash Cannon, as you can see, at 3%. But even if he was Shookberry, he died to plus 1,000 arrows. He's going to drop. He's going to miss Mandibuzz here. Now you might think his best play might be to bait out the Z move and switch into something like Roserade here, but the Stealth Rocks are really nice, because if he actually does that, then he'll come back in and be in the range of my regular attacks as well. So I'm just going to fire off the Z move here into Devastating Drake. Mandibuzz is going to drop. And, we could click 1,000 arrows here, but in case he's max defense, we're just going to stun on him and click the Outrage. And stay frosty, the shiny Zygarde is going to clean up the game. And this was a really nice battle. I think it was pretty well prepped for. Unfortunately, Gillespie didn't get to hit the field. But Hitmonchan put in a ton of work. Ferrothorn did his job. Really happy with how the Salazzle set turned out. I've been advocating a lot of people using it in their front offices ever since this battle. And overall, I was just pretty happy with how I built this team and how I played it around this win condition. DD Zygarde is such a threat, and I think this is one of the few battles from this season where I really took advantage of the strength of this set.